Hi, we are Team V Education, and our aim is to help you find the graduate school of your choice. Our agenda is as follows. We would first be talking about why we are creating this product, who our team members comprise of, what is the current problem, what is our solution to that problem, what the market of our product is like, our business model, competition, and go to market strategies. So, our vision is to create the best tool for choosing the dream graduate school of your choice anywhere in the world. Here's our team. And now let's discuss what exactly are the current problems. So I remember when all of us were trying to look for a graduate school of our choice, we had to Google a lot, look through a large number of redundant websites, sort through that information, and exactly try and figure out which graduate school we should be going to. And currently, the only solution we have is to either parse through these large number of websites or hire an education consultant. But that can be a very expensive process. So, what we decided to do is create a product that focuses on metrics such as the field of interest, that is, what choice of degree do you want to get into, then what every country's socio-economic background is, so that you can decide which country is the right fit for you. And finally, we consider the university characteristics or ranks in order to decide which university is better than the other. And what essentially we would be doing on a very high level in our product is that we would ask you for your field of interest and your choice of country, and basically help you determine which college is the best choice for you. But this would be explained in more detail by Kyle.
So now we'll take a quick look at the program. So when you enter the application, the user is presented with a welcome screen, displaying some auxiliary information. Currently, we're using some tertiary sources at the moment, and as a result, some of the data from these sources are incomplete. That information is relayed to the user here. With proper funding, ideally we would have our own primary source of data, a single source of truth, and this data would be complete and the user would not have this extra layer to consider. So after the welcome screen, the user is presented with the supported fields. Again, these fields are restricted by with what our currently source data provides. With funding and resources, we could hire additional developers to hook into potentially hundreds of different sources, and the available options here would certainly grow with that. So after the user makes a source here, or a selection here from the supported subject fields, we're presented with a country list. And with this country list of countries, we've included some metrics from a couple of different sources, such as quality living from a few different sources, as well as the Human Development Index from the UN, as well as the ranking of the difficulty to immigrate to that country. And there's potential to transform these metrics into a much more comprehensive measure, giving the user much more actionable information. And giving the resources, we could hire more engineers to aggregate and organize this data from even more sources, similar to the information around the universities. So after a user selects a potential country, they're prompted to make the selection of the number of students. And we've provided 4 intervals here, representing small, medium, large, and large universities. The final result is the top 20 universities based on that user's filters. So all the data aggregation and organization happening here is not exposed to the user and currently happens at runtime of the program. Funding could help provide the resources to develop a backend infrastructure, which would house all of this background work that is occurring. Nightly builds could scrape, aggregate, organize, and store the data on our own servers. As a result, the application would then be more stable, as it could be making requests to endpoints owned and operated by us rather than relying on multiple sources upon that which we have no control over to be up and running. For example, URLs could change, the structure of the web page could change, which would break the scraping, and as a result, the application could break. I hope that this brief rundown of the application prototype has given you a sufficient understanding of what we hope to achieve. Thank you.
Now is market part. So where is our market? Where is our target customer? Simply everyone who consider to go to a graduate school will be our customer. Not only students who just graduate from their college will plan to pursue a graduate degree. People who works for several years may still consider to go to a graduate school to apply for a graduate school. So our product will be a perfect tool for them. And also, no matter which major, which background they have, they could use our product to find their dream school, because our product contains information not only in single subject. We contain information from engineering, social science, like life science, etc. And we can know that in 2029 there were around 20 million college students in US and 220 million internationally. And note that the number of students here just per year. As year pass, we can aggregate the number of students and our market will grow year by year. Next part is the business model. We will have two versions of our product. One is free version and one is paid version. In free version, there will be advertisement on our product and some detailed information of school will be hidden. However, it is still a good tool for user to take a look at which school most fitted for them. And the other version is the paid version. In paid version, there will be no advertisement and more analytics and more details for our users. We will charge $30 for a yearly subscription and $5 for a monthly subscription. It is not a big deal of charge to get important information for school and to get into the dream school for users. And below are some metrics to measure the profit. The first one is yearly revenue. It is calculated by 220 million multiplied by $30 yearly subscription fee. So it is just roughly estimated, since, like I just said, we did not include people who have graduated from schools for several years and decide to go back to school. And the second one is the advertisement revenue. In free version, companies are allowed to put their advertisement on our product. And if we charge 1 cent for a visit of our advertisement, and we have 220 million users, and 220 million users multiplied by a cent will get our 2.2 million advertisement revenue. And the third one is ARPU. It's an abbreviation of average revenue per user, and it is simply copied from the yearly subscription fee, $30. And the last one is the advertisement cost. Since in the beginning, we may have to advertise our product on several social media to get to that more users see our products and take a look at our products. So we plan to spend $16 million on different social media like Facebook, like LinkedIn, like Instagram.
In the market, there are some well-known professionals which gather information about universities and produce rankings, such as QS, US News, Times Higher, and so on. Comparing to them, our program incorporates the key statistics they have, but also much more information besides universities' ranking. We combine existing data from sources as QS and times higher, including universities' characteristics such as student-to-faculty ratio, number of students enrolled, female-to-male ratio, subjects offered within the field of interest, and so on, so that students won't need to go to several websites to gather them together. Besides, since many students would consider studying abroad, we provide information such as quality of living, human development index to represent the country's overall living condition, and also immigration difficulties ranking from professional sources such as United Nations, US News. The key competitive advantage of B education is the diversity and integrity of the information we provide about graduate schools, and students would save lots of time using our program. We are determined that this privilege will keep us separated from other players in the market. To launch our program in the market, first, we are clear about the target customers, undergraduate students, and working young professionals. We plan to start from people around our life and social medias of our accounts. For example, we can send out teasers in the CMU undergraduate schools and encourage users to give feedbacks and refer to others, maybe with some rewards with their referring to accumulate user base. Once certain customer base is formed, we can move to next phase, seeking for investors and improve the current functionalities of our program, develop more analytical features, and form a paid premium version for users. Once we have some funds to initiate, we will formally launch the application and start advertising through main social media platforms such as Google Ads, Instagram, Twitter, and the like, to reach customers globally and start profiting if it went out smoothly. The key drivers of our program are the large and growing amount of students and our privilege, the enrichment of information we provided over the other players in the field. Here are some milestones we pictured out. Reach 100 million users in 5 years since we launched the application, and in 10 years reach 200 million with 10% yearly growth in user subscriptions. Here's all the information we want to present about our program. Thank you. We appreciate your time.